This painting is by my dad, David Hollowell. He started it in 1990 and finished it in 1993. I am in this painting twice. So my father would put all of his friends and family into the painting. So starting from this side, we have my Uncle Steve, a random woman in Paris, who he must have sneakily taken a picture of, me, my mom, random friends, a famous artist who perhaps is Monet, more friends, me, my dad, my mom, friend, and friend. My father took Polaroid photographs, hundreds, thousands of Polaroid photographs for every painting he was gonna make. And he would pull different images, and you can see here he's gridded the figure out, this one being my mom, and there it is on the painting. This is the exact picture he used as a reference. They're all black and white, so all the color in all of his work was imagined. He wasn't using any reference color photograph. I think this dress was in fact blue. I don't know if it was as rich a teal as this, but I know for a fact that was not the color of my mom's outfit, but he obviously chose the color to work with the composition. You can see in the background of this image, very faintly, the drawn out beginnings of this painting. Galleria is written on the floor there. And you can see the figures starting to be formed and the outlines of the grid then kind of equally being gridded out like this. A very classic style. He was a grad student at Yale in, I think, 72 he graduated, so his professor was William Bailey, who, very traditional composer of imagined still lifes. So he was very influenced by William Bailey in the way that he composed his images, creating them from his imagination and also creating the color, which is very similar to how William Bailey painted. The element of trompe l'oeil was in every single one of his paintings, and if you come close, you'll see that it is pointillist. So he would start with a base of all siennas, like a brown base, and then he would build up the color on top of that. The cutout element here to kind of feed into the feeling of it being three-dimensional was, I wouldn't say rare, but he didn't do it often. So this is a very special piece for that kind of part of his practice. This is also, I think, one of the largest paintings he made. And in every single painting with this kind of gallery room composition, he included different influences. Here we have Piero della Francesca, Seurat, and another Piero? I'm not actually sure. My father suffered a traumatic brain injury about 5 years ago, so it's been hard to pin him down because he can no longer speak. So it's been hard to pin him down on what these different elements are. So forgive me, Father, if I have mislabeled things here. Seeing this painting right here at the Norton is a very emotional experience for me. I have not seen this painting since I was this age, and I actually remember this painting very viscerally because of how skillfully made the trompe l'oeil experience was with these cutout steps. I remember just thinking of how skilled my father was. Even from such a young age, I could tell how dedicated of an artist he was. He would paint, all day, every day, dotting away at his work. And so It's been 33 years since I saw this painting, since I've seen this painting. In fact, my dad wouldn't have been much older than I am now when he made this piece. I am Loie Hollowell, and it has been a pleasure presenting to you the work of my father, David Hollowell.